Hello, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to the healing room. Welcome, everybody. Come on in. Hopefully, I am live on all social media platforms. So if you found me, yay. Hey there, Nick. Come on in. Welcome to the healing room. My name is Marcia Williams. I am a licensed therapist and I am a narcissistic abuse recovery coach. I am here because I want to support you in your healing journey as it pertains to a relationship with a narcissist. Why do I think I know so much? It is because of my 30-year marriage to a narcissist. So hang on in there with me, guys. I am going live on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram. So if you see me, holler, holler. Okay. All right, everybody. I have such an awesome topic tonight. Such an awesome topic tonight. Hey, Erica, good to see you. Hey, Charlene, good to see you. Peace and power. Love that. Glad to have you here. I am hoping I am going live on my other channels. If not, I hope they will find me here. I'm just going to double check really quick, but y'all hang in there because guess what? I have a topic tonight that you are going to love. And the reason why is because I'm a therapist. I'm a licensed therapist. Bobby Brown. Hey, Annette. Hey, good to see you. All right, everybody, guess what my topic is tonight? My topic is why you need therapy. Now, if you're already in therapy, then I'm going to need you to stay so you can help me talk about this topic because this is why I do what I do. And I want you guys to help each other. Hey, Jess, the mess, love that. Hey, Wanda, come on in. Juicy, Felicia, good to see you guys. So happy Monday. I am live every Monday, and I am here tonight to tell you why you need therapy. So this is coming from someone who's not only a therapist. Hey, Greta, good to see you. Nurse Angie's back, and I got your name right. I didn't say Nurse Jackie. Hey. Thank y'all. Halle Berry, Halle Berry, Halle Berry. I know you heard that a lot. Come on in, you guys. Listen, I am so happy. And look, y'all can't even see me. Hold on, hold on. What am I doing wrong? Oh my goodness. Okay. Instagram said they can't see me, and it's because my joint is backwards. Um, okay, y'all. I'm trying to figure out why on earth. Hey, Mellaback, y'all hang in there. I'm trying to figure out why. Oh, it's because nope, that's not why. Look, technical stuff, y'all. Oh, here it is. Yay, I did it. Okay. You guys, good to see you. My topic tonight. Hey, Nurse Angie, I see you said hey. Glad to see you every time. My topic tonight is why you need therapy. So if you are in a relationship with a narcissist, and if you are wondering why you can't get out of a relationship with a narcissist, I am here to tell you why. And every week I'm here to tell you why. So I want you to know that it's coming from experience. I would not feel comfortable, whether as a therapist or an individual, I would not feel comfortable telling you anything if it weren't for my own personal experience. So I'm glad that y'all are here because anybody who's in therapy right now, give me some love, show some hearts. We love therapy. Hashtag we love therapy. Hearts, love, therapy. Anybody? Dr. Stephanie. Hey, Calvin, Jess. Okay, I see your hearts, Jess. Good. I see the hearts. Love it. Love it. Love it. If you're in therapy, I want you to know it's the best thing you could possibly do if you are trying to leave a narcissist. Let me tell you why. It is because our brain is jacked up. I know from my own experience, I was married to a narcissist for 30 years. For 30 years, I was conditioned to believe that what was happening to me was okay. It was expected. It was um it was about, marriage is hard. Marriage is hard work, although they don't tell you that from the beginning. They say, "Oh, you're getting married. Oh, it's all la di da di da." And then, our partner whom we're about to marry, oh, they just look like either our knight in shining armor, or they look like, whoever you can think of, a beautiful woman. So this is what we're coming into marriage with. Someone who we have entrusted our hearts with, someone whom we have decided that we want to spend the rest of our life with them, someone who we have committed ourselves to them till death do us part. Death, Lord have mercy. And now, where are we now? We feel stuck. You feel stuck. If you feel stuck in your relationship with a narcissist, show me some love. Oh, Malabac, my therapist is my longest current relationship since my divorce. I love that. Love that. Oh my goodness, Jess, you're here for a reason. You need to be here. Let's talk about therapy. Let's talk about therapy. So, thankfully, there's no stigma. I was about to say stigma. There's no stigma anymore. Everybody has a therapist. And that's why, kind of now, fortunately, if you don't, you're in the minority. Love that, because you need a you need someone who's objective. You need someone who you won't feel judged by. So we have friends, we have family, but guess what? That is what sometimes keeps us stuck, because we feel shame, guilt, embarrassment, and that is going to keep us stuck in this relationship. So, a therapist or a coach is someone who can listen objectively and not judge. Now, let me say this, not all therapists think alike, because guess what? A therapist is human too. A therapist is human too. And so, for that reason, it is up to you. You need to interview your therapist like you would a babysitter. You want your babysitter to be safe if they're going to watch your children or your whoever. Even for my dog, when I get a sitter for my dog, I check them out to make sure that they are safe and that they're going to take care of something that I love. Okay, so your therapist is in that same boat. I'm a therapist. I've been a therapist for 22 years, and I promise you that I'm an open book, not just because I wrote a book, but because I want my clients to interview me. And I actually had a client say that one time, and I was like, "Yay, you're interviewing me." And then at the end, I was like, "Am I hired? Am I hired?" And she was like, "Yes, you're hired." I was like, "Yay, me. Okay." And then the opposite can happen too. I want somebody to protect themselves. And if they don't feel like I'm a good fit for them, then I want them to keep searching for the right fit. That's what a good therapist will do. So, for example, if you go to a therapist and you tell that therapist that you are in a narcissistic relationship, now they are on trial. Your therapist is on trial because they had better respond with the jargon, with the clinical expertise that someone should have if they're familiar with narcissistic abuse. And if they don't, then you should feel very comfortable with declining that therapist. Not all therapists truly understand or have been trained in the area of narcissistic abuse. So I want you to know that you are in control of your healing journey, and your therapist needs to give you what you need. That doesn't mean don't challenge you and don't tell you things you don't want to hear, but it absolutely means that you want to make sure that your therapist understands what you're going through. So let me tell you what happened to me when I went to my very first therapist. My narcissistic relationship involved not just mental, psychological abuse, but sexual abuse as well. Yes, there is sexual abuse in marriage. So if anybody can relate to this, show me some hearts. Show me some hearts. If this is you, let's expose it. So when I went to my first therapist and exposed sexual things that were going on, I see the hearts. Thank you so much. Thank you for being true to yourself and letting other people know that they're not alone. So thank you. Keep showing hearts and love if this resonates with you. Thank you, Jess. I see you too. So I went into the therapist's office and I was ready to take a risk. I was ready to release all this shame that I had. I was ready to just be like, okay, I just need to get this out because I'm carrying this around. So I told her, I said, let me test her. I told her something little teeny teeny. And her response looked like this. I was like, mistake, big mistake. And then she said, well, why don't you leave? I said, you know what? I am leaving. Bye bye. I'm leaving you. Listen, if that was your first therapy experience too. Oh my goodness. Show some love, you guys, if you have had a bad therapy experience. Show some love. Put those hearts up if you have had a bad therapy experience. I'm a therapist and I had a bad therapy experience when I went to seek therapists because therapists are human and therapists need therapists too. That's another question during your interview with your therapist. Have you been in therapy? And if they say no, bye bye. Bye bye. Kimberly, very bad. Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so sorry, but it happens. It happens. And, we have to take therapists off of a pedestal. Just because I have a license, just because I have a master's degree, and just because I have been trained doesn't mean that I can truly empathize with you. Empathy comes from within. Now, we can be trained to be empathetic, but if you're not, it will come through. It will come through. And if your therapist does not empathize with you, but instead they can't hide their shock, I'm like, come on, you can't do better than that. I mean, how long have you been a therapist and you can't even hide your facial expressions? That already lets me know you suck. So don't hesitate. Hey, Miss Dee, don't hesitate to walk out. And myself as a therapist, I've been a therapist for 22 years. Now, oh, this is a good point. I've been a therapist for 22. I had been a therapist for 20, however long I had been while I was married. Here I am married to a narcissist and I'm a therapist in my day job. But guess what? Those two worlds never collided because guess what? Denial is just that powerful. That's how powerful denial is that I can talk to you about your situation and it has nothing to do with mine. Now, as a therapist, Malbec, you said, side note, I know you're already a published and acclaimed author, but perhaps you should create how to interview a therapist guide. That's not a bad idea. And thank you, Malbec. I am a published author, but you're right. You're right because you're putting your life in these people's hands. You're putting your life in my hands. And I take that very seriously. But I can tell you, had I not had 30 years of experience with a narcissist myself, I can tell you I understand. But I probably in my head, I might be saying, oh my, I need to help her leave. I need to help her leave. She needs to escape tonight. But guess what? If anybody here has worked with me, show some hearts. And I'm talking to Instagram too, because I run groups. I'm on BetterHelp. I have groups in BetterHelp. And I have my private practice where I run coaching groups and all kinds of programs. I will never tell you to leave. Guess what? You will not hear that from me. Oh, you need to leave. Oh, I'm going to help you leave. No. In fact, I run a support group for women who stay because I'm one of them. I'm a woman who stayed. Nobody could tell me to leave. Not nobody could tell me to leave until I was ready. And unfortunately, I wasn't ready until the worst possible thing could happen, but that's what we need. It's called rock bottom. If anybody knows what I'm talking about, show some love. Kimberly said, is it kind of common for a therapist to maybe fall for a covert narcissist? Easy to see that happening. Absolutely. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. Narcissists are pros and they love a challenge of getting a therapist to believe them and side with them. They love it. And I have had narcissists in my therapy practice. And if I weren't trained and experienced in my own relationship, now again, I'm not saying I'm perfect. Don't get me wrong, but I just have a side of me that has radar. And I will tell myself, and I'm not going to tell anybody you're a narcissist because I'm not a doctor and I'm not here to diagnose anybody. So I'm not going to tell anybody that they're a narcissist, but I am going to be cognizant of the signs that I pick up on. And guess what? Guess where most of the signs come from? The victim, not the narcissist. So, what I love about couples therapy is that I will see both of them together. So, as opposed to just you coming to therapy or the narcissist pretending to act like they're going to therapy, I get both of them in my office together. And so I get the luxury, the pleasure of watching all of these dynamics that are going on between the two of them in my office right in front of me. I get to see how the victim is acting when the narcissist is talking, how the narcissist acts when the victim is talking. I get to see all of that. And it's pretty amazing. And pretty quickly I can identify what's going on. Now, my job as a therapist is not to tell you you're a narcissist. I'm never, and neither should you, for that matter. Like that's a rule of thumb. Like that's a carnal sin. Do not tell a narcissist they're a narcissist. Why? Because it does not do you any good. And pretty much just like they weaponize everything else, they're going to turn that against you too and tell you you're the narcissist. Then you're going to come to me saying you think you're the narcissist. When does a narcissist come to therapy and say, I think I'm a narcissist? Not never. Not never. Okay. Because you're the problem as far as a narcissist is concerned. Hey, DJ Trish, good to see you. Thank you for coming. Just telling them anything does no good. Show some love for that bar. Telling them anything does no good. I've said it in multiple lives before. Say less. Say less. Samantha, is it normal to have a crash out or dumping of trauma when you've had enough? 10 years in. Yes. Is it normal? It's inevitable. Oh my gosh, my crash out was so bad. Anybody else got crash out stories? I don't know if you can beat mine. Let me tell you what happened. I'm keep it short. I egged his car. I hope the statute of limitations on that crime is passed. I egged his car very strategically though, and I was very like creative with it. I didn't just go wham, wham, wham. I took my carton of eggs and I took paper, and in the middle of the night with my black hoodie on, just looking like a straight criminal, tiptoed up to his mistress's house where his car was. Took my eggs and I placed a piece of. Oh, I shouldn't tell y'all this because I don't want to encourage anybody to do this. Please don't do what I did. This was horrible, and it's not even me. Like I was somebody else, and that's the thing about a crash out is that we turn into something and someone that we did not know we were capable of doing. So T Talisa, my crash out was today, and I decided to leave. That's what a crash out does. Yes, a crash out is equivalent to a rock bottom, and when you hit rock bottom, there's no turning back. When you see something even if it's happened a million times before, but this time you done caught me on the wrong day, the wrong cycle, the wrong something, because this time I can't overlook it. I can't deny it. I can't justify it. I can't rationalize it. I can't excuse it. I can't forgive it. I'm done. That's a rock bottom. That's a crash out. So a crash out is good as long as you're safe physically. But you've never been safe mentally. So we can, move that to the side. I do want you to be safe physically. So a crash out is a rock bottom. And I actually want that for you. And the only reason I say that, y'all know I keep it real. The only reason I say that is because without a crash out, you're going to keep trying, keep hoping, keep ignoring, keep denying, keep justifying, keep pretending, keep thinking staying for the kids is the right thing to do. The crash out helps you to be like, what the am I doing? Who the are you and who the am I? That's what a crash out does. My crash out led to drinking, smoking. I lost weight. I lost hair. I couldn't function, couldn't get out of bed, it was, oh, it was so bad. It was so bad. It feels so bad. But I'm thankful. I'm thankful for my crash out because I would have kept doing what I was doing. I would have kept trying. Jess, thank you. You can relate, Tanya. Yes. Then I was crazy. Yeah, we feel we go crazy. Absolutely. We lose our ever loving minds because that is what narcissistic abuse does. We lose our mind and we lose our ability to think clearly. We lose our ability to make clear, rational, logical decisions. We lose it. We lose it. Wendy Dean, hey, welcome back. Good to see you. Bon Bon, good to see you. Chai, Tanya, he said he doesn't feel safe with you. Yes, that is called projection. You're the problem. Come on down. Yes, of course you are. Remember that that's the rule of thumb. That's what I want you to say back to them. Of course I am. Of course you are. That's all you got to say. Malabek said, and then they look at you like you're crazy. He was so good at the crazy making. Let me tell you the look he would give me, all of our kids, when he wanted us to think we were stone cold stupid. He would go like this. Like, yo, what's wrong with you? Why? What's wrong with your brain? Like, why would you? Ooh, that face, that look, Lord have mercy. But guess what? When I found my strength, I started saying, fix your face. Fix your face. Don't nobody want to see all that. Fix your face. Find some power somewhere, y'all. Do it safely, because I was never afraid of him physically harming me, but he had me all up in here. Okay, so Lighthouse, he twists the narrative to make him look like the victim, of course. And Cicely, I left unannounced 6/13/25 and no contact since then. Woo! Yes, celebrate. Listen, we celebrate almost every night. If y'all come join me live every night, there is something to celebrate. I promise, every little baby step you make is something to celebrate. So if you're not in therapy, I need you to get in therapy today with anybody. I'm not even promoting myself. I want you to find a therapist. You cannot do this alone. I promise you. You cannot do this alone. I don't want you to do it alone. My crash out lasted for too long. I don't even remember how long. Too long. I was drinking and singing songs, and I think my publicist even posted some crazy crazy post of me when I was in the middle of my crash out. If you look through my post, you'll see a picture where I look like hell on earth. That was in the middle of my crash out. So, okay, they come back. They always come back if you let them. Jess, you left in July, but he keeps getting but you keep getting text numbers. Anyway, listen, don't give them any access to you. Block again and again and again if you have to. Don't give them access. Your healing journey needs to be protected. So I hope for everybody that therapy is not a bad word. Um, oh, I like what you asked, Melabak. It's an excellent question. What's the difference between a therapist and a coach? A therapist is licensed, a coach is not. That's the primary difference. And when a therapist is licensed, a therapist who's licensed is required to maintain their license with continuous learning and education. And then they have to prove it every 2 years. A coach is not. Now there are coaching programs and all of that, but none of them are governed by a particular licensing um, agency. So I'm not saying I have a coach too. I'm not saying coaches are bad, and I am a coach too. I just happen to be a licensed therapist and a coach. But coaches are not bad. I have a coach. There are great coaches. They're more like mentors, and I'm sure they take some training and all of that. And there may be a certification, but there's no license, and a license by the state is a big deal. You have to, I have a master's degree, and I had to have an internship and a practicum, and I had to practice, and test. All right, Jess said, "Do we ever heal?" Yes, because look at me, me, me. I am representing what healing looks like, because I don't want to say healed. We don't put an ed after heal. You can say healing, healing journey. I am healing. I don't want anybody to say I am healed, because life is a journey. When life is over, that's when we're healed. So I love healing because I'm constantly growing and learning about myself. So how did I heal? And it's why we're having this conversation tonight. Therapy. It starts with therapy. I remember when I first sat in the therapist office, and this is while I was still married, didn't have any plans on divorcing, but I had secrets that were so shameful and embarrassing, and I was being abused and manipulated in every way except physical. I went into the therapist office, and thank God this one was good, but it just so happened I wasn't ready to leave yet. I just needed a safe space. And I went into this therapist office, and it was a black guy too. And he was great. But I was sick. I was so sick. I was so enthralled in the manipulation and grooming. That's the name of my book. I was groomed. And I went into this therapist's office, and I was so ashamed and felt so much guilt that I literally would go in there and sit there, and I could not open my mouth for the entire 50 minutes. I could not speak. I was so conditioned and fearful of letting the truth touch my lips, because it was horrific. And I started a podcast because I want to talk about this freely. I can't talk about it on social media, but I started a podcast that's going to launch later next month. So I started healing in therapy, but therapy is not a quick fix. It's not a quick fix. So that's the first thing I did. The second thing I did was I started taking baby steps, baby steps to start finding my voice. So the first thing I did was, and this was before the crash out. This was way before the crash out, probably 5 years before the crash out, I started this process. Because remember, I was married 30 years. This is a long time. I had plenty of time to practice and fail and pick myself up and practice again and leave and come back, all that stuff. So I started saying a mantra to myself. Never say your mantras out loud. I started saying, "It's my turn. I'm done. It's my turn. It's my turn." That was the beginning of my emotional divorce. That was the beginning of my emotional divorce. And so, oh, good question, Melabak. How long did the shame and blame last, or is it still there? And Kanita, thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate you so, so much. Shame and guilt. That's why this is a healing journey. Healing. I feel blessed to have a space, a platform with you guys and in my programs at thepassagetopeace.com. You can go to my website. But I feel blessed. First of all, writing my book helped me. When you talk about, here it is, I found it. Here it is. When you talk about what happened to you, this is why therapy is so important. That's the process of releasing shame and guilt, is when you talk about it. Because until you talk about it, it's a secret that you have to keep. And guess what secrets do? They kill us. So my secrets were killing me. So the shame and guilt decreases as you talk about it, not to a therapist who's going to be like, no, but to a therapist who's going to sit there for 45 minutes while I can't even open my mouth. And when I do finally open my mouth, he says, thank you for sharing. And I'm like, you're not going to, do all that. And he's like, no, I appreciate you sharing. That's what you're looking for. You need a safe space. Thank you, Jess, for the gift. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate y'all so much. You need a safe space to expose the secrets, expose them. And I've only touched the tip of the iceberg with you guys of my secrets, because I don't want social media to blacklist me, because there's things I can't talk about until you see my podcast, because I'm going to talk about it. And my second book is going to be about it, because a lot of the conditioning in my marriage was related to sex, because he was a sex addict. So I'm still trying to find a safe space, but I'm writing a book about it, and I am going to start a coaching group about it, because I can't be the only one who was sexually taken advantage of by their narcissist. I can't be the only one. Refuse to believe that. And with the circles I've been in, I know I'm not the only one. So that is to come. So to answer your question, I was stuck with my secrets, because they just felt, and I think anybody's secrets, I think you would feel the same. They just feel so big. Nobody can handle this. I can't tell anybody because they'll judge me. I'm embarrassed already. Why did I even do that? That wasn't me. I didn't want to do that. Why did I let that happen to me? And it's also the conditioning of, don't tell nobody our business. And I'm used to wearing a mask where, hey, we're great. We're the power couple that you know and love. So there's a lot of releasing that has to be done. And therapy is where you do it. Now, at home, you practice in here. You practice in here at home. Okay? Start with a mantra. My mantra was, it's my turn. And what does it's my turn mean? Oh, he wanted me to go here with him. No, thank you. In my head, it's my turn. I don't want to. And I don't have to. I just picked little, I didn't want to ruffle feathers and start arguments and all that. But just one bit at a time. One bit at a time. So I appreciate all of y'all's comments. This is really, really good. Malbec, you were afraid of the answer? I'm keeping it real. Keeping it real. All right. So listen, if you want to get in touch with me, I see somebody reaching out. DM me. Please DM me. Because this is my life. That's the only reason I'm thankful for being married to a narcissist for 30 years, is because I get to be here to help you and represent what healing, not healed, healing looks like. So that is what is so beautiful to me. Let me see if I'm missing any comments. Mental abuse. Yes, exactly. Darlene, it was always your fault. He will let others hear me, but not himself. Yep. Remember what my response always is of course he did. Of course he did. Okay. So I'm trying to see if I'm missing any comments. And yep, they come back. We talked about that. So you're scared that the narcissist will hurt you and hurt your child. Yes, I wouldn't tell you to not be afraid. I guarantee you that their manipulation tactics will escalate. They will escalate when you try to remove the supply that you are giving them. For my ex, I went from him love bombing me to tell me that I'm a hoe that deserves to be out on the streets. You never know. You never know. And then the smear campaign. He told everybody I left him for another dude. I wish that was the case, but it wasn't the case. It was just him. But he couldn't accept that. So he's going to smear my name. And of course, I left him for somebody else. That would be the only reason I would leave him. Yeah, right. So, um, um, okay, I'm just looking at comments because I don't want to miss what anybody is saying. Um, okay, so yes. I appreciate y'all so much. And I want you to get into therapy. I'm going to let y'all go. And I want you to get into therapy. If you're not in therapy, get in therapy. If you are in therapy, if you haven't interviewed your therapist, and thank you for the suggestion, I am going to write about how to interview your therapist. I love that. I need my publicist to take notes of that. I love that idea. It has to be the right therapist, and I'm on Psychology Today. I'm on the in the profile of Psychology Today, Zen Care, several others, but I make it very clear: narcissism and narcissistic abuse is my specialty, among other things. So that when you come to me, you know that I know what I'm talking about. Now, don't get it twisted. Some people are going to say narcissism is their specialty, but that's because it's such a buzzword. And I'm thankful that I'm not using it for that purpose. I have proof. Another reason why I'm thankful for my narcissist, um, which he thinks that he should get all the credit for everything that I'm doing and whatever I'm successful in. I'm like, yeah, if that's what you want credit for being. Anyway, where was I? So, yes, even if their profile says narcissism and narcissism, you still have to interview them. It still has to be vetted by you, because the only person who matters is you. Did you know that healing is a very selfish process? Healing is very, very selfish. Thank you, G. Thank you. I appreciate you. Um, so listen, I want you to know that therapy is hard, and a good therapist will tell you to do hard things, and that's what I do. Yes, I'm live every day. I'm live every day on TikTok. I'm live at 7 p.m. Eastern every Monday, everywhere else, including TikTok. So I want y'all to know, don't look for a therapist who is going to agree with you and not challenge you. That's not helpful. I love I love challenging my clients, and I love when they let me. That takes courage, and I appreciate them for that. I appreciate them for that. So I think someone asked, why did I stay so long? Denial, sheer, utter denial, and holding on to false hope, which is a silent killer, and not wanting to give up my fantasy. I mean, the list goes on. If we had time, I would tell you a ton more. I didn't mind the facade of this happy home. I was helping to maintain that facade because it was part of my fantasy, it was part of how it made me look. I didn't want to look stupid for being with this person, but I did. I just didn't want to accept it. So when you go to therapy, your therapist is supposed to gently tap you on the forehead with reality in a loving, gentle way and say, how is this benefiting you? So when I ask people why they stay, I get to ask you that because I know why I stayed. That's what makes me a good therapist, is because I'm only going to challenge you in the ways that I know I needed to be challenged in order to move forward. So I'm only doing for you what I had to do for myself until you're able to do it for yourself, which you will be. Which you will be. So I stayed so long because I didn't want to let go of hope that he would change. If you can relate to that, throw up some hearts. I already see some hearts. Throw up some hearts. Hey, Lee, I'm glad you're here, Lee. Love you. Listen, we have to be honest with ourselves. We have to be so honest with ourselves. I'm being so honest, and I want to shout out to my fan club. I love y'all so much. I truly appreciate my fan club. Please join my fan club. I will take care of you, or go to my website. I want to support you. So be honest with yourself. Why are you still there? I know why I stayed for 30 years. And it was the crash out that helped me to leave. And I hate that I have to tell my clients that you're going to have to crash out. And I hope it's a safe crash out, but you're going to have to crash out because we are stubborn. I am stubborn as AF. Stubborn. My family stopped trying to tell me anything. Oh, well, she just going to do what she just go ahead. Okay, you go ahead, girl. We love you. Good. That's what they needed to do, or else I was going to stop talking to them anyway. Hi, mommy. I love you. And sister, love you. But now that I am free and my brain is clear, on my YouTube channel, I have interviewed my sister, my mother, my brother, my children, but I haven't posted my children, keeping their anonymity. But now I want to give my family a voice. How was it for you? Half the things they didn't even know, but what they did see, because I was married to an overt narcissist, it was obvious of all of the horrific characteristics and traits that he had that he thought were so great. But, and I'm not saying it's all bad. That's another reason why I stayed. I want to answer that real quick before we go. I'm going to let y'all go. The other reason I stayed is because it wasn't all bad. Let me please say that loud and clear. It wasn't all bad. So here's the ratio: 20% bad, 80% good. Not for me. 20% bad, 80% good. If it's only 20% bad, that doesn't mean yay you. No, you don't get kudos because it's only 20% bad. 20% bad is as much as the entire relationship is bad, because what's happening in that 20%? You're being abused in the 20%. Those odds aren't in your favor, but they sound good. They sound real good. And if that's what you need to tell yourself, it just means you're not ready yet. Just like I wasn't ready for too long. So we can create the facade for ourselves. We learn how to live in the chaos. It gets comfy, cozy. We learn how to live in the chaos. And so when I left, there was no chaos. I was like, it's too quiet. I'm scared. And I went back. It was too quiet. What kind of mess? What kind of nonsense is that? Jacked up brain, used to chaos, used to the madness. I was too comfortable with it. That's why I stayed too. Wasn't all bad, comfortable with the chaos. I knew what to expect. I learned how to manage him. I learned what to do, what not to do, all the conditioning. I'm a very good learner. Yay me. No, not yay me. I don't want kudos for that. I was stubborn. I was too resilient. But now my resilience is paying off, because when you leave, it's harder, because it's unfamiliar. Doesn't mean don't do it. Does not mean don't do it. And listen, don't think too far ahead when you leave. You cannot have it all planned out. It will not work. My only plan was to get 1,000 miles away to my best friend's basement, and I lived in her basement for 3 months. I didn't know what was next. I just knew I was gone. Now, I was still miserable living in a basement. What the? Who, what, how? But guess what? That was the baby step to my freedom, to my peace. And now today I'm divorced, 5 years divorced. I have 3 boys, ages 24, 27, 31. And we're all on our own healing journeys. It's a journey. But for those of you staying for the kids, I stayed too long. And my kids are all in therapy, thankfully. Actually, one of them needs to be anyway. Um, that's a whole nother conversation. So go to my website, you guys, thepassagetopeace.com. I'm on YouTube. My interviews are on YouTube. My book is called Groomed, because I was groomed. Life Married to a Narcissist and How I Overcame Narcissistic Abuse. And I'm here for you every day. I love my new followers. Thank you so much. Thank you for my return, my repeaters. I love y'all. Every time you come here, I want to make sure I shout you out. Samantha, you said, yes, I had no idea until I really started the process. Yes, start the process. Jess, you had no kids, nothing leaving us together. Yay, you. Sandra, 27 years, but I'm done. Yay, you. Greta, peace exposes where healing is needed. Oh my goodness, I love that. Greta, I love you so much. Thank you so much. Greta, Peggy, Melback, G. Thank y'all for your comments so much. G, I love you. DM me. DM me. Anybody who wants support, please reach out to me. It's all I do. I have nothing to do if I'm not helping you. So I will see you tomorrow on TikTok and the next day on TikTok and the next day and the next day. But next Monday at 7 Eastern, I will see you here, right here, keeping it real, honest, open, transparent. My podcast is coming out next month. I cannot wait to just give it to you so raw. I can't wait. I can't wait to unleash, and also interviews with experts and all that good stuff. I'm so excited. I'm happy to be here for you. Love each and every one of you. Ed, I see you. If you missed anything, please check the replay on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube. If anybody is just joining, check the replay out on YouTube. So listen, y'all, if I didn't get all of your comments, I want you to know I do see you. There's so many people here, and I can't thank you enough. I will see you next week in the healing room. That's where we are, the healing room. And holla at your girl. Bye.